If you're watching my video for the first time, my name is Gautam Telugu and I am an HR in Canada, and I have almost about 14 years of experience, and I'm trying to bring different perspectives from the HR lens, all about Canada, not related to just jobs or specifically targeting about students or anything, but broad perspective that I can bring from my side of it. We'll try to cover some aspects of my experience from India and what my observations have been. And thank you so much for watching my channel. And today I'm going to talk about skilled trades in Canada. While I was back in India, so most of them do not want to get into sort of a plumbing or electrical or carpentry or bricklaying kind of an experience. We always have the tendency to look low on them kind of a thing. It's like more like inferior job roles, right? So typically you don't need any sort of a qualification. It's not a regulated profession as such when you're in India. You get trained by working with somebody who has been in that profession for a while, and you probably don't need a certification or a qualification. You could become an electrician, just that you have to probably have some sort of an experience by working with someone. Nobody checks, are you an electrician, can you do certain thing? Nobody checks by qualifications. The government wouldn't ask you. Well, there may be institutions like industrial training institutions which focuses on graduating or making people qualified and have them entered into the markets. However, it's not a regulated profession as such, and you can easily become in case you get trained with years of experience. A lot of people who work with their uncles and uncles who might have been in the profession for a while, and after having gained some 4 to 5 years experience, this individual will start working on their own by taking up small projects, right? So you just get into any sort of a hardware shop and you would have a list of electricians or plumbers that you can call, and you just ask them how much it's going to cost you if they would like to get the job done. So they would give you the costing and you would compare, or you wouldn't compare even for certain cases. And so you just ask them to jump on the job and have them complete, and that's it. If you like the work, you're happy. If you don't like the work, maybe there would be a remedy that you might want that individual to do it. But yeah, in and out, you wouldn't really get into the validation side of it. But here in Canada, it's so different. There's professions like plumbing or electrician or carpentry or bricklaying. Welding related works are very much regulated, and a person need to thoroughly be trained and should be given the certification or qualification. Journeyman, or they call it a red seal. It's an interprovincial license, and the person can practice anywhere within Canada. Every province would have their own certification process, or would they have their own apprentice related process. Each of them would have to go through a rigorous set of training. It's an on-job training kind of thing. The apprentice would work with some sort of an organization who are into that stream, and you need to have certain number of hours for you to enter into the examination category, and then eventually after attaining that number of hours, you would get qualified to be a journeyman or a red seal professional in whatever trade that you pick up. So Canada has been focusing on this particular stream for a very long time, and they're trying to attract the high school students most often, because that's where your majority of them get graduated and enter into the job market. And after +2, what is that they're going to do? So it's very important how they want to diversify their career paths and by choosing the profession which is on high demand. While in India, so probably there is no set pay scale, and here in Canada, you would widely see that these professions getting paid at a very high rate. You can set up your own shop in case you wanted to be independent and you wanted to just do your own things. So after gaining certain years of experience and you think that you're capable to run your own operations, you could do it. You can just set it up. Okay, I will set up A to Z innovations and I'm going to, while my profession is going to be carpentry, I would probably collaborate with other professionals within that trades category. And when a client needs a plumber, electrician, and probably a welding or a roof maker or a bricklayer for that matter, your organization is going to be centrally controlling all of those, and you will have to procure people to come get that work done. So a lot of these professionals, a lot of these trades people functions cross with each other, and they try to work in collaboration, of course. So first it has to be plumbing work, then comes the carpentry work. So there is a sequential work. So they, whether it's given to one organization or the client tries to procure different people from different organizations, so it's totally up to them. But they try to, if it's a heavy work and if it's a requires a lot of tradespeople from different streams, obviously the client will look at one organization who can bring everybody together to get the job done seamlessly. So that's one of the things. So, and the main motive of this video is to tell people who probably may be coming from India. I know you may come with a notion that, okay, I'm going to get into engineering, which is good, right? I may get into a sort of a software engineering, which is also great again, and I will probably pick up something in human resources or marketing or digital marketing or sort of thing. I think one important thing that you need to keep in mind is, am I going to be replaceable? What is a profession that I can pick up? I'm still in the early stages of my career. I'm in the early 20s and I'm moving to a different country. What is that country needs? Then how could I probably go add up value and try to be an exception, try to be not one amongst hundreds and thousands of them? How can I stand out? So some of the demanding professions in Canada are, of course, healthcare they need a lot of people, and then it's trades people, and there are several other professions, of course. So in case your strength and interest is more towards healthcare, I think we'll talk more about it in next video, but my primary focus today is going to be on the skill trades. And yeah, so in case you're in the early 20s or mid 20s, so if this is the stream that you might want to pick it up, then go pick it up, and you just have to do apprentice, and it's a paid program. You will get paid as you do it, and you would also be attending some sort of class. Now let us see what are the pathways for you to probably get yourself as a skilled trades professional in Canada. So one of the first and foremost thing is about enrolling yourself into apprentice program, which is about 80% of the time that you invest in this program is on-job training kind of a things, and 20% is something that you will have to go to a college which delivers these courses. If you're in New Brunswick, it is NBCC, and if you're in Nova Scotia, it's NSCC, and there are different colleges in other provinces which works closely with the skilled trades related division within that province, and they were the ones who deliver the theory concepts to you. And like I said, it's a blended program, which is 80% of your practical experience that you're going to gain through this program, and 20% would be your theoretical concepts that you learn and probably go and apply. And you may get a question, who are eligible for this apprenticeship program? The least qualification that you will need is 12th grade. So however, that's exactly what I said. So the government has been focusing on reaching out to the high schools and helping them understand the importance of skilled trades and what their career paths are going to be, how much they can earn by getting into these kind of professions. It's so important for people to know what it looks like before they get into that kind of thing, right? So they try to educate the parents, which is again an important section to concentrate on, because parents also should be motivated to motivate their children. So the government focus on the high school students to build that curiosity. In and out high school students are the ones who are being educated throughout so far. And like I said, only you need a 12th grade. So if you're internationally graduated, which is absolutely fine. I know a lot of people who are at the age of 18 and 19 enter into Canada from different countries. I think that's the right section of people that you need to focus on, and that's the stream that you need to get into probably. So you might get a question, are apprentice related aspects when I say it's a launch-up training, is it a paid or not? And apprentices are paid throughout the program. The pay rate may be going to vary from organization to organization that you might work with. However, it's still paid. You may not get paid at par with a qualified professional because you're still in the training mode. So there may be defined set of a dollar value that they give per hour that you work along with them, and they will try to give you those certifications at the end of that hours that you spend with them, right? Because you will need those certifications to go and prove to the skills trade board that you have done your required number of hours for you to go and enter into the exam and get your qualification. And there are two main pathways to apprentice. So before you enter into the programs, you will have to complete a pre-apprentice program, which is basically a theoretical way of learning the concepts in the college before you enter into the practical exposure of it. So you will have to thoroughly know what and why kind of a thing. So these colleges would prepare you for that. So they'll teach you the trades, trade maths and related concepts. And you can choose whatever you want to, and if you don't know what you want to get into, whether you would be interested in plumbing or electrical, you don't know, right? Unless you get into it, you don't know the depth of the water. So for such people, there are programs like skilled trades programs where for such people there are skilled trades techniques programs where basically they're going to teach you everything about each of the trades. So then you choose, okay, I'm interested in electrical rather than plumbing, or I'm interested in carpentry or bricklaying or whatever it is. Based on whatever findings that you have with that learning experience, you can choose that and figure out on your specialization. So that's how it's going to work out. And once you complete your pre-apprentice program, you can directly get into your apprentice program and start working and work towards your qualification. So once you decide on your skill, the trade that you want to get into, apprentice is your first step of the journey. So you really need to secure a job because, like I said, 80% of your time will be focused on training, which is a practical training. So you need to work with someone, right, who gives you work. So like I said, there is a lot of demand and a lot of organizations hire apprentice, and you should be able to easily grab an opportunity to work with some of the organizations who have already been in that kind of sector. But in case if you have a trouble sort of thing, you can always have Working New Brunswick. That's one of the government bodies which help people to get jobs kind of thing. In India, it's more like an employment board. In Canada, it's Working New Brunswick, and each of the provinces in Canada would have their own bodies of that sort which help people to secure jobs. So in New Brunswick, it's Working NB, where you could reach out to their offices and they'll try to figure out a solution for you to and get a job for you to complete your apprentice program. And there's a disclaimer here, and sometimes you might struggle to find a job irrespective of whether you reached out to a Working MB or anything. There may be the organizations may be at full capacity, and they cannot take more than a stipulated number of apprentices because they wouldn't be able to focus or engage them or pay them or for whatever it is. If that's the case, then your waiting period is going to be a little longer. But typically, you will be able to complete this entire program at the max within 4 years. And I've seen a lot of people who are able to complete within 2 years as well. So it varies from how soon you can get your apprentice related jobs and get to complete your block exams and whatnot, right? So it varies, the time frame varies from person to person. At an average, I have seen at least people getting 2 to 4 years to complete and get this Red Seal certification and be qualified to practice the trade. Hope this information is insightful and helpful to begin with, and I will try to get more information on the pathways and how many pathways are there, and we'll try to go in depth as possible in my next video. And all that I would say is, in case you are in the early stages of your career, I think you choose wisely and you try to be replaceable by getting into those demanded professions, so you get paid more and you will never run out of jobs, and you always have jobs. And in case you choose to probably know more about the skilled trades, and if you are trying to move to New Brunswick, probably you might want to go to one of these sites which are hosted on the gnb.ca, and you can find skilled trades New Brunswick, which has a lot of information about the skilled trades. You can hover around all the information related to apprentice and workers. It has all of it, how you can become an apprentice. If you're an experienced trades professional looking to become certified, there would be people who probably have not completed and have not get the certification. They could get enrolled and get the certification, and sometimes money is a concern. Probably you don't have money to pay for your college tuition. It's probably the government would come forward to help you out with that as well. So that's a kind of an arrangement that most of the provinces would have it. So you'll be able to see all of that as well. Along with it, you will be able to see some information provided to the employers, and you wanted to know what else we have apart from regular plumbing or electrical or carpentry. So there are several set of trades that are listed here, which are recognized as skilled trades, and you will be able to see everything. And you will be able to also see which one is a Red Seal occupation and which one is a compulsory occupation kind of thing, and you will be able to see everything right here, and how many trade hours would be required and how many apprentice hours are required for you to complete to get your certification. So everything is listed here, and you should be able to get some more thorough information in case you choose to be a welder. You have all sort of information, fees related aspects, and contact details, and everything all together to earn more and get whatever you want to do in the life. Good luck with that. Thank you for watching.